وإذ جعلنا البيت مثابة للناس وأمنا واتخذوا من مقام إبراهيم مصلى وأهدنا إلى إبراهيم وإسماعيل أن طهر بيتي للطائفين والعاكفين والركع السجود. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made Masjid al-Haram a place for people, a place to get together and pray in the position of Ibrahim alayhi salam, a place of prayer and purification. Last Friday I prayed in Masjid al-Nabawi al-Sharif, Medina al-Munawwara, and last night I arrived to join you today and pray with you in Salat al-Jumu'ah in the House of Wisdom. And I'd like to thank a generous family who has sponsored this Umrah for us, that we enjoyed and we prayed for everyone. The pilgrim of Umrah, the pilgrimage of Umrah starts with the same powerful declaration that Hajj starts all the time. لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك والملك لا شريك لك. Here I am, O Allah, under your command. All glory, grace and governance belong to you. One God, the Lord of unity. This is the pledge of allegiance of Ihram in the beginning of every Hajj, every Umrah. And when you go to visit the sacred masjid, the sanctuary of Kaaba, you feel this powerful gravity that is part of this non-stop construction now going on in Masjid al-Haram. But nothing can distract you from this amazing gravity, spiritual gravity of the house of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, which is a spiritual compass of guidance for the world. You really feel that you are praying directly towards the Kaaba. You see the Kaaba. It's not like from here they say, is Qibla towards southeast or northeast, and all this confusion. Southeast, northeast, this direction, that direction, what's the degree? Over there you can see the Kaaba, the whole Kaaba. And you can pray. This is really powerful to see, wow, this is the direction of 1.5 billion Muslims who prayed towards this house, and now I can see it, I can touch it, I can feel it. This experience, this spiritual gravity is amazing. You feel reconnection to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You feel you are present at the center of light and energy and absolute force. You stand there and you talk directly to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allahumma ila maghfiratika wafadtu wa ila afuwika qasadtu wa bifadlika wathiqtu. Allahumma akhdim bil khayrat ajalana وحقق بفضلك آمالنا. اللهم إني أسألك رضاك والجنة وأعوذ بك من سخط النار. أنت الأول وأعوذ بك من سخطك والنار. أنت الأول فلا قبلك شيء والآخر فلا بعدك شيء. اللهم نبهني بذكرك في أوقات الغفلة واستعملني بطاعتك في أيام المهلة وانهج لي إلى محبتك سبيلا وأكمل لي بها خير الدنيا والآخرة. These are some of the du'as that we learn from Ahlul Bayt, and we repeat this adiyah and recite them when we see the Kaaba and when we do the tawaf. Oh graceful God, I'm here to ask you for guidance and forgiveness. Make my trip a trip of transformation. Provide my heart, mind and souls and vision with light, your light. Help me to be more pure and humble and righteous and truthful. Make my life a life of obedience and submission to you, Allah. Oh God, I prefer to die when turning from your obedience to the obedience of the Iblis. The time that I'm not obedient to you and I want to be obedient to Satan, please end my life. That is not the real life. Then you have recitation when you march between As-Safa wal-Marwa. Inna As-Safa wal-Marwa min sha'air Allah. فمن حج البيت أو اعتمر فلا جناح عليه أن يطوف بهما. You feel you are back to the history of Ibrahim and Ismail and Nabi Muhammad alayhim as-salam. You are in the same place where they were. This provides you a powerful platform for strong sense of energy that I'm in the same place, celebrating the unity of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala as they celebrated this. So in general categorization, making an Umrah anytime during the seasons of Umrah and then making the Hajj has in general two aspects. One aspect is demonstration of devotion to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that you are making tawaf towards the Kaaba. That's the resolution that you are not making tawaf over your money, your might, and your mood anymore. That is a declaration. Inna salati wa nusuki wa mahyaya wa mamati lillahi rabbil alameen. If you go to Umrah and you have a sense of a spiritual starvation, you really feel that satisfaction. You feel some food for your soul. If you are hungry, if you are thirsty. I loved all the prayers, especially Salat al-Fajr. When you go there, whether in Masjid al-Nabi or Masjid al-Haram, and the Imam, some of them have a very good voice, and they recite one of the chapters at the end of the Quran, and the way that you listen to this recitation, you feel like revelation is happening now. You feel like these verses are coming from the heaven the same moment that you are listening to them. Viewing the Kaaba. Somebody had asked me to pray for him under Al-Mizar. And I said, now, that's an obligation. I told this guy that I'm going to do that. And it's very crowded. By the way, when you do the tawaf now, it's not that much different from, it's less crowded, but it's not empty. It's still too much push. Still so much crowd. So it's very hard to go under Al-Mizar when you don't want to push too much. You don't want to hurt anybody. You want to act very civilized. So everybody is hitting you, everybody is pushing you. It takes more time, but I made it at the end. And when you pray under Al-Mizar in Hijr Ismail, and you get a spot to stand and to make 2 rak'ah, 4 rak'ah, you can describe the feeling that you have when you do that salah. So one aspect is demonstration of that dedication and devotion to the center of all force and gravity and spirit, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And the same spirituality in Masjid al-Nabi. You go to the area when there says, هذا مصلى رسول الله صلى الله عليه وآله. This is exactly the spot where the Nabi prayed. What is your feeling? It's very hard to get there. Alhamdulillah, I reached that area and I prayed there. And that's the most powerful prayer that you feel. You feel it with your own energy and soul. And then we go further and you see the Asma al-A'imma. You know the names of 12 Imams are on the Kata'ib, on the top of the walls of Masjid al-Nabi. All the Imams. Starts from Ali al-Murtada. Each one has a title, like Umar is Faruq al-Faruq. But when they put Imam Ali, say Ali al-Murtada, this title, that Allah is satisfied with this man. Allah radin an, Ali al-Murtada. And then Al-Hasan, Sibt al-Nabi. Al-Hussein, Sibt al-Nabi. And all the A'imma will get Muhammad al-Mahdi, alayhi salam wa alayhim salam. This viewing the Kaaba, viewing the Mihrab al-Nabi, viewing the Asma al-A'imma, it's amazing feeling that we have. Another aspect of Umrah and any visitation of house of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the aspect of creation in general. So you have attention to the Creator, to Allah, that's one aspect. And another aspect is your attachment with the real life. You know, when the Imam says, Istaw sufufakum wa'tadilu, and you see these hundreds of thousands of people are so sensitive that everybody is on line, straight lines, and they care about 1 inch not to be out of order and out of line. You feel, subhanallah, this unity. Whether during the tawaf, that is hundreds of thousands of people, you don't know who is who. Everybody is mixed, white and black and poor and rich and weak and strong. Everybody together. No nationality, no racism, no languages, no discrimination, this unity. That's a very powerful lesson for general life. So another aspect is the social discipline, demonstration of discipline, whether during the salat and orders of prayer, or whether it is in the general appearance of tawaf. You can see this power. But at the end you feel sad that, my goodness, if this is the perfection of my religion, that I can feel it, I can be inspired and energized with this system of faith. If this is the reality, if this is a salah that millions of people participate, then why is it that this salah la tanha anil fahsha wal munkar? Why this does not stop evil? Isn't it the purpose of salat was to prevent evil from the society? Why is it that I go all the way to Mihrab al-Nabi? It takes 24 hours of flight and then staying this airport and that airport. So in general, from here to there, back, 24 hours going, 24 hours coming, it's really tiring. It's that energy of Allah that I received just last night, and I'm joining you. Usually after Hajj you have to rest for 3-4 days. But why is it that you go all over to the mihrab, and then there is a short for security or religious asking you, are you Shia and Sunni? My goodness, is this the question that I should be asked at this time? What is this? Which nationality are you coming? When you say, I'm coming from Iran, for example, it says, which city? Because sometimes it's not, you want to say there are Shia city and there are Sunni city in Iran. He said, which city are you coming from? Especially about me, they are confusing because I have this Arabic shirt, right? This Iranian usually don't dress that way, and you know, a nice Arabic shave and the kufi and everything. They get confused that it looks different, and they want to make sure. And is this really the question? And in the mihrab al-Nabi, they have all these opportunities. Millions of people come every year to Hajj, and they have this platform of guiding the world and providing the true teachings of Islam. Instead of that, they are saying that, well, if you touch this mihrab, then you are kafir, you are mushrik, you did a bay'ah. وَكُلُّ بِدْعَةٍ ضَلَالٌ وَكُلُّ ضَلَالٍ فِي النَّارِ. Oh my goodness, I came all the way to pray in mihrab al-Nabi, and now you are telling me that I'm going to go to hell? This is your message? After everything that I did, I go to hell? I came to visit Rahmatan lil Alameen. And this is the prize, this is the reward that you provide, and you are a religious man from mihrab al-Nabi. This is really disappointing. I was listening to different of the Imams in Masjid al-Nabi, in Masjid al-Haram. And on here, An Abi Hurairah radiyallahu anha, An Abi Hurairah, An Aisha radiyallahu anha, An Abu Musa Ash'ari radiyallahu anha. Okay, no problem. But one time say An Fatima al-Zahra alayhi salam, what about that? Fatima al-Zahra was not connected to the Prophet. She did not deserve to be mentioned only one time. One time say An Fatima. Was this lady silent, never talk? She is the one who made it to masjid and made that powerful lectures that should be taught in universities now. And you never mention her name. All the time I heard only one time An Ali radiallahu anhu, one time. And I said, my goodness, this Ali was with the Prophet how many years? Almost 33, 34 years. Since he was born, he was with the Prophet. Till the time that the Prophet died and he was buried by Imam Ali. For that many years, Abu Hurairah, how many years he was with the Prophet? He became Muslim even on the 7th year of Hijri. 4 years he was with the Prophet. And now everything that we know, we should know through Abu Hurairah. And nothing through the man who was Ana Madinatul Ilm wa Aliyul Babaha. You forgot that? You caught this. So really, it hurts your heart to see how things are unfair. And how much injustice against the Prophet. Against his family. You go to Baghdad, the same thing. All these guys are tens of this religious shorty, they gather to say, don't recite this dua, don't recite that dua. If you recite this dua, you go to hell. My goodness, you have nothing else to say, nothing good to share. They not only destroy only the names are in Masjid al-Nabi, but then they are not mentioned in any lecture. And their houses are destroyed and demolished. Their graves even demolished. So much unfairness and injustice that hurt the heart of the faithful going there and witnessing that much hypocrisy, that much chaos. And you wonder that if Islam is perfect, what is wrong with Muslims? What is wrong with Islam? Nothing wrong with Islam. But with our culture, with our life, with our behavior, it's not about Islam, it's about ignorance. These problems are not related to our religion, they are related to our ignorance. They're problem related to the poverty of the Ummah. to the hypocrisy of their leaders and so many members of their community. So this is something that we need to discuss, and inshallah I would discuss some of this next week because time is limited, or even in this Sunday service. The need for islah, that I need to islah myself, you need to do the islah. All of us need to be muslihin, to correct ourselves. The need for islah of the ummah. There is a need for that. They are not fair, not to the Prophet and his family, not even to their own people. You know the amount of oppression against a woman in the holy land of the Prophet. I was asking a taxi driver that why is it in Saudi women are not allowed to drive? And he said, well, if they drive, they have to open their face, and somebody may look at their face, and that's haram. I said, honestly, are you serious? Now that the woman have to pay all this price because somebody may have an evil intention and even eye and look at one woman and now deprive everybody from driving? Is this fair? He says, this is tradition. This is how the Quran says. This is how the hadith. I said, show me one ayah, one hadith, even one weak hadith that tell us that it's haram. I said, even say the Aisha that you admire him, she rode a jamal, a camel, and he fought the Amir al-Mu'mineen. Is it more haram to drive a car? You are more covered when you are driving a car than riding a camel. Which one is worse? They don't have answer, but they are doing it injustice. I told my wife, I said, if they give us the most beautiful house in Mecca, and Mecca, that we enjoy this prayer every day, and tell us that this house is free for you and you get all the salary and everything, are you ready to move to Mecca and live there? She said, not if they don't allow me to drive a car. And this is a serious. How you want to go shopping? How you want to take your kids to the school? All the time one husband, especially over they had 3, 4 wives. I don't know how they handle this. I mean, if you have so many wives and you have so many kids, and you have to do so much shopping for everybody, and the man has to do everything, and she cannot drive, she cannot take the kids to school, she cannot go out. So this is injustice and is shame that they are exercising even to women. The woman cannot go to the cemetery. It's amazing. In Paris, they open the cemetery of Paris for men for 2 hours a day. But even women are not allowed to go to cemetery. What's wrong with that? Only when they die, they can go to cemetery. But as long as they are alive, they cannot go to cemetery. We went in the last day of our staying in Masjid al-Haram, as family, we decided to go and see everything from the roof of Masjid al-Haram. Because when you are in the floor, you don't see all this construction and everything. But you go top of the Kaaba, not the Kaaba, top of the Masjid al-Haram, you can see all the details. So we did our prayer on the stairs, and after the Salat, somehow, because always there are 10, 15 shorter everywhere, in every area. So you cannot do anything that they don't want. But just absolutely accidental, that we went through this stair and nobody was there. We found out that we are on the roof of Kaaba, the Masjid al-Haram. A few people came to us and said, don't you know that the women are not allowed to be here? And my wife was with me. I said, honestly, we didn't know that. But now that we are here, so let us just go further and further. If they stop us, they are not going to kill us. Then we come back. So we went there and on the border and spent about half an hour. But still we were worried that, you know, all the men and no woman here, and we are just one family there. So we decided later on to go back. But when we are coming back on the stairs, 15 shorters stop us, and they are so shocked. And they kept asking, how did you go up? How did you go up? And I said that, you know, the best thing is not to talk too much. I just kept saying, as-salah, as-salah, as-salah. They thought that I don't know Arabic at all, right? They thought, one of them said, you speak English, you speak English. I said, you know, yeah, I can. Then the other one, they shut up, you know, the other shorty, they don't speak English. And they left the job for that one individual. Then I'm now dealing with one individual. And now, since he wants to show up to other, you know, friends that he knows English, he took it easy for us. Otherwise, really, they were about to even hit us. That how? Nobody stopped you. How did you go up? Because it is forbidden for a woman to go on the top of Masjid al-Haram. This is the type of image that they are providing for our faith, and this is absolutely embarrassing. I have so many memories and so many incidents that happened, and inshallah I will share with you both on Sunday and also next Friday to see the pain of the ummah, that the amount of misery that these people impose on the ummah, and now is among themselves. Now the Saudi is against Qatar, and Qatar is against Saudi, and all of them messed up against one another. And all of them say, he is terrorist, and you said, no, you are terrorist, and the other one said, you are terrorist. And this chaos that's going on, but unfortunately the price is paid by innocent people in Syria, in Iraq, in Lebanon. They are paying the price for the ignorance, for the hypocrisy, and for the corruption of those people who are in power. And inshallah, as I said, I share with you. More than that, I was very tired arriving yesterday afternoon, and you know, every time that I go through this airport, something should happen to me, you know, and that's another story. Started from Jeddah, that everybody's ticket is okay, boarding pass is okay. When it comes to me, say it's not in the system. And I said, how come it's not in the system? We just came together, and now I want to go back, it's not in the system. And it takes 1 hour to call and call back like nothing in the computer. Well, alhamdulillah, when I see you here, I feel that energy and this power, and I forget about the sickness of the safar and the tiredness of the trip, and inshallah ready to share with you more of the observations of this beautiful journey with all the positive things and energizing things, but at the same time with the sufferings and pains that going on in our ummah. What are the solutions? And I have some suggestions that inshallah we'll share. Allahumma ighfir lana warhamna wa aslih amra dinina wa dunyana. Allahumma ighfir lil mu'minina wal mu'minat wal muslimina wal muslimat al ahya'i minhum wal amwat. وتابع بيننا وبينهم بالخيرات إنك مجيب الدعوات وقاضي الحاجات إنك على كل شيء قدير. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. قل أعوذ برب الناس ملك الناس إله الناس من شر الوسواس الخناس الذي يوسوس في صدور الناس من الجنة والناس. وإلى الصلاة إن الصلاة تنهى عن الفحشاء والمنكر.